We can add decimal numbers with column addition in the same way that we use it for whole numbers, but when we have decimal numbers present, we look to place a decimal point at the same position in each row. A decimal point also gets placed in the same position below in the answer section. And now that the decimal points are lined up between the vertical columns, we can write down the numbers from the addition sum in their correct places as they appear. And now what we do is to treat this sum as if it was 12 plus 36 and add up the columns separately. And now we have the answer to the addition sum, which is 4.8. This next example starts out the same way, where we line up the columns and the rows. Now we can write down the numbers that we know are present in the addition sum. Now the hundredths column on the right doesn't have a digit in every row, as things stand. Looking at 1.4, now we don't strictly have to do it, but it's good practice to write a 0 in the empty space when this happens, as it does make the sum neater and generally easier to follow, and adding extra zeros on to the end of a decimal does not change its overall value. So 1.4 can be written as 1.40. Now we can fill in the right column with a 0 above and carry out the addition of each column. So 1.4 and 2.38 equals 3.78. Similar to example B previously, we can write down the numbers in this sum in the correct columns initially, before adding in any zeros where needed. Now at this point we just need to remember that 4 is the same as 4.00 and 3.2 is the same as 3.20. And now we can proceed with the addition. And we get a final answer of 8.39. When digits need to be carried over between columns, because the result of one column's addition is 10 or greater, this is done so in the same way as with whole numbers. We add up each column separately as usual and carry over digits where necessary. And now we have the answer, which is 6.04. Now we can look at one last example to see digits being carried over. Here a new column is created in the answer section with the final addition, and it works just the same way as when we have whole numbers, giving us an answer of 12.14.